And welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Super Mega World Series. And we saw in the last game the Soul Takers get their souls taken from the Blazers. And now we are going to be watching the Epics face off against the Blue Ox. Both teams were able to advance in 4 games against their regional rival, and now they will be representing their region in the next matchup. Maurice Brick did not have a great outing last time against the Dogs. Elmo Slayer held up pretty well against the Grizzlies, so we'll see if either of those two pitchers can manage effectively in this game. Setting the lineup for the Blue Ox, who will be away in this matchup. We're going to give them the away uniform there, and they will have Maurice Brick on the mound to be able to start things off there for their ace starter. On the other side, we will see the Epics with Elmo Slayer on the mound, not buzz past him. However, he is juiced for this matchup, and they will be using their home uniforms as they represent the Epic region in the next round of this World Series. We head to Red Rock Park. Twin Cities Blue Ox managed to fend off the offense of the Dogs, winning in 4 games. The Arizona Epics lost the first game against the Grizzlies and then turned it around and locked in for the following 3 games. So I love these uniforms. They look so good. You'll see them with their original hats still on, as I mentioned in the last one. And Razzie Dazzler will start things off for the Blue Ox. Razzie getting her first at-bat in the tournament. She was drafted in the 11th round from the Jacks, and she will be representing the Blue Ox Monster region. She bloops one over first, but ranging back is Muffin Studwick to catch that for out number 1. He gets the start at first base once again. Jock Sports will now come up. He's locked in, batting .600 with 1 home run and 2 RBIs. Had a really great year in that season so far, or tournament so far, and that will continue as he blasts the first pitch he sees into the right field seats here at Red Rock Park, and you can hear the crowd is not for it. But the Monster region getting started first with the second home run of the tournament for Jock Sports. Mistake pitch from Maurice Brick from Elmo Slayer will give the Monster region the lead here, and now Squinch Toot Whistle will ground to first. Muffin Studwick with another out there. Noodle Arm activates again after the play is over. Jackie Slam comes up. 2 outs. Ace Exterminator activated here at Tier 2. Swings at the first pitch, goes foul down the line. Third base line. Swings at pitch number 2 is a slider outside of the zone. K-Collector activates, and she'll dribble one down the first base line. Getting to that one quickly is Harrow Wugliums, and she'll get it to first to end the inning. So a big shot from Jock Sports, and the Blue Ox take the lead. Epic region will lead things off with Hanley Dexteras, who is playing second base here today. Tier 3 fastball hitter against Maurice Brick with Tier 3 workhorse. Also has Tier 2 volatile, so if he can get some momentum going here early, that could lock the Epic offense down pretty quickly. 2-2 count, and hitting the ball very hard, but not able to keep it in play. That's another foul. Ball out of the zone, full count here. And ball for Maurice Brick. Whoa, he's having a little temper tantrum at the mound as he walks the first batter he faces in the second round. Masha Donga, who's tense and has 1 hit on the tournament, Tier 3 off-speed hitter. Get a fastball for pitch, or for a ball 1. Fastball, ball 2. Runner takes off for second base. Throw down is in the dirt, but Jock Sports is able to scoop it and slap the tag. And Hanley Dexteras caught stealing first or second base. Clears the bases, and Maurice Bricks gets the strikeout there. So Darcy Hicks will come up. 2 outs now after Maurice Brick gets the bases cleared and then gets a strikeout. Tier 3 inside pitch. Brick having to try and work on the outside part of the plate here. Throws a ball low and in. There's strike 2. 2-2 count. Darcy Hicks We'll get a base hit up the middle, past the diving Jock Sports and into center field. Jackie Slam will toss it in, but a 2-out hit for Darcy Hicks keeps the inning alive. And Hackliner had a huge shot in the last game against the Grizzlies, I believe. Might have been earlier. Tier 2 Ace Exterminator activated here against Maurice. First pitch strike, swinging and missing. Long pause, and Hackliner hits one high and deep to left field, but it's going to die right at the edge of the warning track. Razzie Dazzler hauls it in for out number 3. So Maurice does allow a base hit. He also allows a walk, but nothing comes of it, and the Blue Ox will keep the lead here through 1 inning. Hito Moonshot, a 364 with 1 home run, a solo shot with Tier 2 high pitch. Ball high and away for Elmo. A high pitch there, but pulled foul. And Hito Moonshot heats a moonshot to right field, another home run. Second one to right field, and Hito Moonshot will give the Monster Region a 2-0 lead. He gets a mojo boost, his second home run of the tournament, another solo home run. And now Buttons Bunnerson will come up, the Buzzards shortstop. Hitless on the year so far, and Elmo Slayer not having a good start. Sprinter activates Tier 3. Mashadonga still able to get the play from short. She is tense, and her arm almost didn't give her the opportunity to make that play, but that'll be out number 1. Kesha Emmon, 500 average with 1 home run and 3 RBIs. Elmo Slayer is still tense despite that last out. Ball low at the bottom of the zone. Tight window there for the ump. 2-1 count. 3-1, takes strike 2. K Collector activates on a full count for Cash Ammon. She'll make contact there, but push a foul. And she whiffs through strike 3, and Elmo gets a little bit of his mojo back, I think, as he is going to get the strikeout there for out number 2, and Blamo Tamale, who's tense, batting .250 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. He started off very hot, but it cooled off down the stretch against the Dogs. First pitch fouled off and followed by a swinging strike there. Does not chase on a ball sliding out of the zone. Makes just enough contact there. Dribbler to second or to shortstop. Good hustle from Blamo Tamales. He's able to get the infield single. Masha Donga just could not get to the ball in time. And despite barely hitting it, he's able to get on base with 2 outs and a runner on first for Jacques Softin. First pitch Slayer. Swings through it for strike 1. Tier 2 consistent, and he's tense. He'll get a grounder. Nice play from Hanley Dexteres. I thought that was getting into right field, but he's able to get the play over to first, and that'll end the inning. So another solo shot. The Blue Ox start to stretch their lead a little bit, up 2-0, but with a lot of time left in this ball game for the Epic region to catch back up. Sluggy batting .273 with a solo home run in this tournament, and he gets a base hit down the right field line. It's going to bounce right up against that little wall in the corner. Razzie Dazzler will come up throwing, but it's going to be a double for Sluggy Boomhauer to start the bottom of the second. Muffin Studwick batting .400 has been a bit of an unsung hero in this tournament. 1 home run and 2 RBIs. Surprisingly effective, I would say. Not someone that you would normally put on the top of your list as players you'd have in the elite of the elite in the Super Mega Baseball League. That one just inside there almost hits him. 2-2 count with a runner on second. And a liner just over the glove of the first baseman into the right field corner. Scooping it up is Blamo Tamale. Ball coming home and cutting it off. Squinch Toot Whistle will toss it home, but not in time, as that's going to be an RBI single for Muffin Studwick, and his success continues here in this tournament as he's able to cut the lead in half. The Epics now down 2-1, and Willie Bacon comes up batting .600 with 1 home run, and an outside pitch he pulls into left field, and it'll be 2 on, nobody out. So Maurice Brick losing some momentum here after that first inning. Ray's Rufo batting .429, no home runs, 2 RBIs. He's been intermittently started in center field. Tier 3 high pitch, but that one stays on the inside part of the plate for strike 1, followed by a ball. Maurice Brick trying to set himself straight after 30 pitches. A grounder to short, Buttons over to Jock, over to first. Squinch Toot Whistle will get that for a double play. Runner does advance to third on that, but it's going to be an easy double play for the defense. And now Maurice with a chance to get out of this without allowing the run to score. Harrow with tier 3 off-speed hitter. 1-1 count here, betting 200 on the tournament, so she's not having a good day, but it's going to hang up for Jackie Slam. That'll end the inning, so runner stranded on third base. A big opportunity falls short there. They do score 1, and it'll be a 2-1 lead here for the Monster region. Heading into the top of the third, Razzie leading off here for the second inning. Second of 3 innings so far. 0 for 1. She hits one off the end of the bat, pulls it in the left field, and it's going to hang up for Willie Bacon for out number 1. Jack Sports, one of the first players to get going here with a home run in his first at-bat. He's still locked in, betting 625. Strike 1 there for Elmo. The number 1 draft pick versus the number 3 draft pick for their respective teams. K Collector for Elmo. It's going to be pulled foul down the line. 1-2 count once again. Both players locked in. Ball high just over the top of the zone. And Jock Sports with a good hard hit, but he goes right into the ground. Muffin Studwick gets the high hop and then tosses it over to Elmo Slayer for out number 1. Or excuse me, out number 2. And here comes locked in Squinch. Did not reach base in her last at-bat. Takes 2 strikes here, and K Collector activates right away. And she hits one off the end of the bat, but hard. It's going to loft into center, and it's going to die for Ray's Rufo. So a quick inning there for Elmo Slayer trying to set things right for the Epics as they now try and get the lead back, or they see if they can at least tie. Hanley will lead things off. Walked in his first at-bat. Maurice Brick throwing his 35th pitch, and it's strike 1. There's strike 2, so gets ahead in the count 0-2 pretty quickly. And Hanley will strike out. That was the fork, I believe. And Maurice Brick, the number 2 pitcher, or the number 2 draft pick for the Blue Ox, gets the strikeout against a huge hitter in Hanley Dexteras. Nasha struck out last time. Again, continues to struggle. She's 10th still. 1-1 count. Fork there, and it's going to be off-speed pitch fouled off. 1-2 count. Off-speed pitch hit into center field, but not very hard. And Jackie Slam will catch that for out number 2. Here comes Darcy Hicks, 1 for 1 with a single, batting 231. He had a solo home run earlier in the tournament. Takes a ball low. The strike drops right in there. Right in the middle of the zone there on the fastball. 1-2 count with 2 outs, and there's strike 3 swinging. Darcy Hicks goes down, drops the bat, shakes his head, and then head back to the dugout. 1-2-3 for the Epics offense, and the Monster region takes the lead here, heading into the top of the 4th inning. Jackie Slam will start things off with Tier 2 Ace Exterminator and locked in a medium pressure situation. Takes strike 1. She gets a base hit into center field. I believe that's her second time reaching base in 2 at-bats. She'll stand on first. Actually, she is not. Did not reach base in her first at-bat. She'll stand on first. High-pressure situation. Hito locked in after that home run in his last at-bat. He sent it into right field going oppo. Takes a high pitch here, swings at it, fouls it off. 1-1 count. Gets another high pitch and another foul. Now K Collector activates. Too high for that one. 2-2. Nobody out. Inside and still high, but fouls it off. And Hito just making contact, just trying to stay alive here against Elmo Slayer, and picks off the runner. He read it perfectly. He sensed it. He looked over at Jackie and was able to pick her off at first base. She gets caught in a rundown and then followed by a grounder to second base. So quickly, those locked-in players for the Monster region lose their mojos, and back to neutral for both of them. Button Butterson hitless on the tournament still with 2 outs. Good contact hitter, but not much pop in the bat. And he'll ground to third. Hackliner to first. Out number 3. Buttons will go tense. And a 1-2-3 inning despite giving up a leadoff hit. Elmo Slayer cruising now after those first 2 innings. And Hackliner, very scary batter here. 0 for 1 today. High pressure, locked in. Both players are locked in now. Hack swings way late on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Takes ball high. There's a curveball dropped in for strike 2. And just checks his swing, holds back on a ball low. And a dribbler to third. Hito Moonshada will scoop it and toss to first. Here's out number 1. Sluggy with a big double down the first baseline in his first at-bat. First drafted free agent for the Epics. Maurice still locked in here. Ball inside, a 2-2 count. Ball outside now, so he falls way behind. Sluggy gets the red light there as he takes strike 1. And ball 4 stays low and inside, and Maurice Brick walks his second batter. Sluggy reaches base for the second time. He'll stand on first. Muffin Studwick will come up 1 for 1 with an RBI single. 2-3 fastball hitter batting .500, and he gets a fastball, sends it up the middle, right between the legs of Maurice Brick. And he loses his mojo. Muffin gets his mojo. 2 on, 1 out. For Willie Bacon, who gets pulled for Devon Godsendez, batting .429. Pinch hitter comes in. Maurice Brick trying to see if he can get out of this jam with 1 out. And a base hit through the left side into left field. Coming up throwing is Razzie Dazzler. Runner has to hold on a shallow base hit. But Devon Godsendez goes the other way with it as he gets it right off the end of the bat. Bases loaded here for Rays Rufo, looking for an opportunity to break this one open for the Epics. Oh, right off the end of the bat. Switch goes to second and heads to first base, but they aren't able to turn the double play. And a runner scores on the fielder's choice to tie this one up. So the Epics, despite not getting a base hit there, are able to score a run, tie it up, and Hera maybe with a chance to take the lead for the first time today for the Epics. And she does. She pulls it into right field just past the diving first baseman. And it's going to get in a run. So now the Epics take the lead. The Epic region fighting back. 3-2 lead now in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. And Hanley Dexteris comes up. And Maurice now tense after 63 pitches. He struck out Hanley last time, but very different circumstances. There's a curveball for a strike. 1-2 count with 2 outs. Hanley gets a fastball. He sends it to right field. Coming up throwing is Blamo Tamale. Had to turn his body around, and the runner will score from second base. 2 runs come across here in the last 2 hits. And 3 in the inning so far for the Epic region. Maurice Brick will get pulled for Braun Thunder Chump. Maybe not a good idea to bring him in a high-pressure situation with Tier 2 choker. And ball lofted into right field. And Blamo Tamale will catch that to end the inning. Masha Donga almost finding her stroke there, but it dies on the warning track. Finally end the inning. But the Epic region fight back. They take the lead, and now they turn it around on the Monster region as they're up 4-2. Masha gets pulled for Charlie Lopez. Well overdue. Godsendez stays in and he'll go to first base. Muffin Studwick will go into left field as they replace Willie Bacon. Kesha Emmon still facing off against Elmo Slayer. A dribbler just behind the plate for a foul. 1-2 count. Ball outside. Elmo throwing his 55th pitch. And it's going to be fouled back. 2-2 now. Another foul, spoiling another good pitch from Slayer. And Kasha gets it popped up into the infield here, calling it as Elmo Slayer. That's out number 1. Kasha pretty mad at herself. She did not make good contact there. Blamo Tamale, 1 for 1 with a single, but still tense. Max pressure here, and that's going to hurt his tense mojo. And he hits an off-speed pitch right to Hanley Dexteris for out number 2. And Jacques Softin will come up still tense, 0 for 1 today. 385 average, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Elmo Slayer getting very close to the end of his day. You have to be careful here. First pitch is going to be taken for a ball, and Hanley Dexter's makes a nice diving play. He'll get his mojo up as Jacques Softin ends up grounding out to second to end the inning. So scoreless for the Blue Ox. They have not scored since the second inning. Maurice Brick, you can see on the edge of the dugout, just shaking his head, mad at himself for letting that game get out of hand. Thunder Chump will stay on the mound. Pressure back to medium here. Darcy Hicks, 2-0 count, and he blasts one deep center field. Does it have the distance? It does. About 4 rows deep into center field, and Darcy Hicks tags one. That one gets deep and out of here. 444, and Hicks will get his second home run, both solo shots, and that'll extend the lead for the Epic region, as that's going to be 5-2 now. Here in the bottom of the fifth, and Hackliner will come up still locked in despite 0 for 2 today. Now making good contact against Maurice Brick. We'll see if he can do differently against Braun Thunderchump. Fouled that one off. Braun not having a good tournament. 9 ERA right now. 2-2 count. Ball 3 low. Full count for Hackliner. Gets that one hard but foul. And there's ball 4. Braun loses him. Knows it after he threw that pitch. Hangs his head, and Hackliner will head down to first. Sluggy Boomhauer, 1 for 1. He had a double and a walk earlier today, both against Maurice Brick, and he gets a base hit into right center field. This one's going to go all the way to the wall. Jackie Slam will come up throwing, and Hackliner hustles his way around the bases. He scores from first on the double from Sluggy Boomhauer. So another run scores, and it's 6-2 Epics. Their offense has been pretty hot since they struggled in Game 1 on the walk-off win from the Grizzlies. Muffin Studwick is locked in. Runner on second with not much speed, with nobody out. Muffin lines it right to Hito Munshado, who catches it right at his hip, throws to second immediately, but reading the play properly, and Sluggy gets back to second base for the first out, avoiding the double up there. Braun is tense and pressure at high. Choker activates, and he should get pulled here. But instead, he's going to pitch to Devon Godsendez, who got an RBI base hit in his pinch hit appearance earlier. He stayed in the game, batting .500. Oh, he did not get an RBI, excuse me. And he strikes out, so Braun gets his mojo back. I said he should have gotten pulled, but he pulls through there. Pressure stays high for Ray's Rufo, 0 for 2. With an RBI, I believe it was a fielder's choice. So choker still activated here. Braun still battling after 20 pitches. Falls behind 2-0. And a grounder to third base. Hito Munshada dives and makes the play. That'll end the inning. He gets his mojo back. What an incredible play, diving up the line. He had to get up in a hurry and toss to first, and he's able to get the out to end the inning. But 2 runs come across, and it is now 6-2. Monster Region have a deficit here with only 1 inning left to work with. Elmo trying to go for the complete game. He's over 60 pitches now. He's still locked in. That's the only thing helping him out in a high-pressure situation. Razzie gets Tier 3 tough out activate here, and a 1-2. She swings at a pitch inside, but makes contact and fouls it off. And she'll pull that outside pitch, foul down the third baseline. Ooh, hits one hard, but that one fouls down the right field line. Staying alive. Using her trait to her effectiveness. And she gets a base hit up the middle, so tough out. And she's able to battle before getting a base hit up the middle. That might be the end of the day for Elmo Slayer. With a runner on first, Jock Sports already has 1 home run today against Elmo. He gets pulled for teammate Dur Neverwalker. So Elmo's day is done outside of the runner on first. Dur Neverwalker pitched really well so far in this tournament. He's not allowed an earned run with a .92 whip. And Jock Sports will get it down the first baseline, just past the diving first baseman. And Razzie Dazzler had to hold. Great throw from the right fielder, but it's going to be first and second with nobody out. Squinch toot whistle with Tier 2 contact versus the righties. Again, runner on first is the responsibility of Elmo. First pitch strike there for Dur. Fouled back, gets ahead 0-2 immediately. Squinch will take a ball inside, batting 375 with 2 home runs. Fouls another pitch off, staying alive. And, a pitch she liked. It was a off-speed pitch that dropped right into the zone, but she got underneath it. It hung up, and Reyes Rufo will catch that. It was a long, high fly ball. Took forever to come down, and that'll be out number 1. Jackie Slam has done it 3 times this year. 583. She's no longer locked in after getting picked off, but Tier 2 RBI hero, Tier 3 or Tier 2 Ace Exterminator helping her out right now. This would be the time to do it if she's going to come up big for her team. Fouls one off there. She falls behind 1-2. And she blasts one to deep center field. Reyes Rufo gets on his horse, will track it down, and runners have to retreat. Razzie was running on the pitch. She realized where it was at. The third base coach told her to go back, and she got stuck in no man's land. Couldn't tag up in time. Reyes Rufo with a great play on a very hard hit ball from Jackie Slam. Hito's locked in after a great diving play defensively. He hit 1 home run, and he pops up. And this should be the ball game. Hera getting it in play. And the Epic region battles back from a 2-0 deficit. Elmo Slayer gave up 2 solo shots in the first 2 innings of the ball game, and then he locked in. Blue Ox fall in the first game of the second round here, 6-2, as Maurice Brick started off great, and then he fell behind, and that 4th inning was a doozy for him, and then Braun Thunderchump couldn't really do much to salvage the game for the Blue Ox pitching staff. 6 runs on 10 hits for the Epics, 2 runs on 6 hits for the Blue Ox. Epic region showing that they're going to be the most dominant one here to start. The Monster region have to battle back. Jock Sports had a solo home run. Hito Moonshada with a solo home run. And then a couple of other hits scattered out. They had a few opportunities for rallies, but the pitching staff of the Epic region were able to shut it down and avoid this getting out of hand. That Blue Ox offense is very potent, but they couldn't do anything here today. For the Epic offense, Haley Dexteris with a base hit and an RBI. He had a walk as well. Darcy Hicks with a solo home run, 2 hits today. 2 hits for Sluggy with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Muffin Studwick, 2 for 3 with a run and an RBI. Base hit for Willie Bacon gets pulled for Devon Godsendez, who gets a base hit. And then Reyes Rufo, 0 for 3, but an RBI and a run scored. Hera with an RBI single as well. That's your offense for the Epics. Maurice Brick, he went 3 2/3, giving up 8 hits, 2 walks, 4 earned runs, and 3 strikeouts. Braun Thunderchump, only slightly better. He went 1 1/3, giving up 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 home run, 2 earned runs total, and 1 strikeout. Brick gets a loss. Slayer gets the win. 5 innings, giving up 5 hits, 2 solo home runs, and 1 strikeout. Then Dur Neverwalker, he gives up 1 hit, but then he's able to get through his inning of work to close the door. Sluggy number 1, Jock number 2, Darcy number 3. So we've seen all 4 teams now face off against each other in the second round. Centralia with a huge win in game 1. We'll see if they can respond quickly here in game 2 to put a lot of pressure on the Soul Takers. We'll have to see how that plays out in the next one, but who do you think can get to the finals? Who do you think is going to win this tournament at this point in time? It looks like the Blazers have the leg up on the Soul Takers. It looks like the Epics may have a chance to shut down that Blue Ox offense, but Blue Ox had a lot of rallies there. They just couldn't capitalize. See if they can sort things out in game 2. Next time out, we're going to see the Soul Takers face off against the Blazers here once again. Soul Takers at home for the second game in a row before heading over to the Blazers home park. We'll see you on that next one. Thank you so much for watching this one. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.